What's good, yeah? So you've been asking for gameplay and I shall give you gameplay. So, the gist is we're going to be playing stage 1, stage 2, part of stage 3, and that's kind of the point where I realize if I just continue just recording everything, it's going to get way too long. So I just put on some music, got into grind mode, which is basically me speeding up gameplay by 16 times. So a single second is actually 16 seconds. And yeah, that's the part you're going to see where a lot of stuff is going to happen, but it's basically just me sped up trying to beat stage 3, stage 4, stage 5. And on the note of stage 5, we were able to beat stage 5, so we can challenge stage 6. It just wasn't a 3-star clear because I made a small mistake, but I'm too lazy to figure out the rest. In between stages, so as soon as I beat stage 3, stage 4, stage whatever, I'm gonna be doing a bit of talking about what I figured out, how I feel about the game mode, what the solutions were to beat certain stages, how I feel about certain characters. So it's going to be speed up grind time, in-betweens, and then speed up grind times in-between and the end. And I'm gonna get back to grinding stage 6. Hiya! What's good, yeah, so Great Fast here. I haven't looked into the stages, I know nothing about them. And we're just going to go head first into stage 1, Halls of Defilement. Standard team, obviously high gear. This is not going to be like a guide, especially because there's no point. Whenever we actually get the mode announced, when we know when it comes to global, obviously it's time to go have a closer look, figure out the best way with the least amount of resources. But for the moment, let's just have fun, see what this stuff is all about. Stage 1, Halls of Defilement. Nightmare Piercer team, no legendary lords. Here we go. What can we expect? I have zero clue, and this artwork looks sick. Even though it's technically kind of 3 times the same 3-star unit, but we'll just scratch it up to, like, I don't know, demon vampire dudes. They be weird like that. So yeah, let's just see how it goes. So from what I've read is that she actually gets lifesteal, so apparently you want to kill her instantly. Let's see if we can reach her with the sealers from here. No. So first off, we're probably going to be able to reach her with the Setrum. So Setrum right here, hitting her here, or bringing in an Idril and just having Idril kill her. But let's just experience the stage, see how it goes. And as you can also kind of see, I haven't actually bothered with bringing any tanks specifically. So that might be a problem. Who knows? Who knows? Alright, so we're already getting damage. Looks like last placed unit. From the quick peek I had was the fact that it says Empress Banquet prioritizes attacking defenders at one time. So we probably need defenders. let's see how big of a problem it's going to be that we don't actually have any. There we go. Empress Banquet. What does it do? 21,000 damage. Pretty straightforward. Alright. So nothing too big. Let's just bring in Rev so we can start tanking down there. And just go with the Dolores for good measure. Should have thought about that. should have kept that in mind. But alright, for the moment it's a lot of minions, so probably AoE is going to be quite nice. We have her shooting our people, so obviously healers are going to be quite crucial. We can probably take our tags because he would have died anyway there. And yeah. Obviously this is stage 1, right? We're going in with an average BP of, I don't know, 70,000. So it's rather understandable that this stuff is not going to actually pose that much of a challenge. So yeah, honestly, let's try it for the next stage. Let's try to just straight up kill the boss for stage 2. Or we could, besides Saturn, we could also just go with a normal Twin Fiend Zilla2 combo to just one-shot the boss. I mean, we do have the time to just play around, figure it out, I guess. Because at least for the moment, it doesn't look too scary. But obviously, it would be rather scary when it comes to barely finishing Gear 8 18s, which is when you unlock this game mode. Yeah, so far Empress Banquet ain't really doing much. Maybe we can glean something from the description of the other units. Invisibility, nope. Empress Banquet applies lifesteal to all monsters, restoring 50% of the max HP every time they attack. Aha, lifesteal. How good that no one gets hit. Okay, so the first stage is we aren't going to need to defeat the boss. That is interesting. So we just defeat all minions, clear it. Okay. Maybe we got some nice loot. Let's have a look. Ooh. Hey, no tutorial. Let me inspect my loot. So far, yeah, not really inspecting any loot at all. All right, shop. Yeah, we've already taken a look at the shop, but we're not going to spend our points just yet. So that was stage 1, 473 KBP. Obviously means it's not going to be too difficult. So, alright, sure. Might as well go with, let's see if the boss actually survives us trying to kill it. And for that, we're just probably going to take out... let's take out Hex. And I just give him an artifact. It's not really that important. Silitu, where are you? There we go. Obviously 25 exclusive artifact, because that's super attainable and everyone has it in their back pockets. So that's all good. Alright. So Lunaria goes, Hex goes. Then we can... we need a set of gear for her then. Still. More. Sure. Might as well take this gear. Okay. And then let's just put in Twinfy and put in Zilla2. See if we can somehow one-shot the boss early. Who knows? I have a zero clue if this is going to work. I hope. If not, was a good try. Obviously, same thing will then be possible with the Pyrus. Well, we're just going to use Twinfy just because we can. And then just bring in another ranged unit. So, first test, can we actually target? No, we don't target the boss. Because he's slightly out of range. So, Project Twinfy is a failure. Now the big question, did we lose entry? No, we are still on 149. So, again, for everyone, you do not need to fear. Whenever we do get that one, we can play around, test around, and we're not going to lose the entries by losing. So Zilla2 goes Setram. What the hell is A5 Setram? Why the hell is he A5? Good enough. It's just about the concept, okay? We don't want to know if it's possible easy. We just want to know if it is possible, okay? Please. Let's see how this one goes. And then we just bring in a healer just in case. Alright. Nice. Alright. What? Okay, so we can't interact with the boss. Good to know. At least for the moment, we can't interact with the insatiable blood mistress. So that puts us in a fight where we defend against minions while a boss is attacking our last placed unit. Which all in all sounds relatively simple. Sounds relatively simple. So then instead of Setrum and Twin Fiend, we're just going to put in 2 tanks. Because we're fighting minions anyway. Let's go with Oleg, and he sold. For he sold, let's just find some HP percent gear lying around. HP percent, defense percent. Let's just level everyone up real quick. Alright, obviously not perfect, but at the end of the day, good enough. And the main reason I'm using Lust and Arrogance is just because they are new-ish. Obviously, with Lust being new, let's find out. Maybe she's the chosen one for this trial. Who knows, right? Who knows? Yeah, probably rather. I mean, we've seen seen her with a unique range, being able to attack behind her back. Maybe we could just copy it for this stage, try to take advantage of it again, and then just use Oleg. Now the big question: what is this referring to? Blood Banquet prioritize attacking defenders one time. Does that mean they only get attacked once and then it's just going to again target newly placed units? Time to find out. So we just placed Silas. It's still attacking the defender. So this would be the third time. No, it's still okay, so it's again a very simple. Okay, here, take unit, place down, GG. So we just place our defender and then we just figure out the rest. Okay. Oh yeah, and obviously with the stage bonus, now kind of I should have spent more time reading that stage bonus. So all those dark elf looking dudes at the bottom now obviously with stage 2 have a stage bonus that significantly reduces the physical damage taken, which obviously kind of disqualifies Silas from really doing what he's supposed to. So we can probably just keep in the rest, but we're just going to take out Silas and bring in just some magic damage. Who to pick? Where's my favorite boy? Obviously not Boreas. There we go, Comet. And for Comet, we can just give him Twin Fiend's gear. Not that we really need to min-max gear at this stage, and then we just give him an artifact and see how it goes. Alright. 1 mage in. So far so good, and we'll probably just open up with a tank because that's just then going to permanently draw the fire. And with Oleg being able to self-sustain, that's probably quite a smart play. So we'll just start out with Oleg anyway. See how it goes. So we just start out with Oleg. Put Comet down here for the additional range. Bring in a Dolores just to be safe. And finish up with the healer. Seems good enough. Seems good enough. Alright, Emperor's Banquet, so lifesteal, which means Comet needs to actually do his work. We're going to boost him with the Dolores so the enemies don't survive and we don't really need to worry about the lifesteal. Right there we have this weird other portal thing. Let's just go with the Guild Wars defense. We just go with the standard Guild Wars defense. I just go triple nightmare back to back just with Wrath in the front just to tank some more. We could potentially even throw Isolde in there. But let's have a look how we can handle the top there. Chances are those enemies are still not going to die. Yeah, so main reason the enemies on the top died there wasn't specifically us being smart, but just the burn doing its job. So big do not recommend. Just put another magic damage dealer on the top there. Probably someone like Greed, Iona, Vierna, whatever you have. So yeah, Karma, at least obviously with decent gear. So obviously don't take this as too realistic, because this is stage 2, right? This is stage 2, and we're going in with 80k BP. So that's obviously already about as much as you need to know. So yeah, again, so far we don't need to deal with the boss. We just kill the enemies, kind of a repeat of stage 1. We went in, killed all enemies, killed the boss, finished the stage, and then we're going to hopefully be able to have a look at loot without getting interrupted by the tutorial prompt. All right, so job done. Let's see what we get. Maybe we get something special already, even though I highly doubt it. Ooh, obviously, we're getting dungeon crystals, especially with the first time reward. So my guess, obviously nothing confirmed, but my guess is that whenever this event comes back, there's going to be different monster core mechanics. So now instead of just the twisted sycophants reducing their physical damage, the banshees are also going to reduce their physical damage. So we should move away from marksmans and probably just go with a more simple. Do we want to use Boreas? I mean, it's weakened Boreas. It's nerfed Boreas, so let's just go with nerfed Boreas, see if he can still pull his weight. If not, that obviously would be a very sad day. So just Boreas, Comet, and then we just bring in Raiden to kind of keep the theme of not bringing Legendary Lords beside Twin Fiend. And then Laurel, because we can. So that's 2 units. That's not going to be on the field. So it's technically already all units we can place. You can never go wrong with an additional healer. So kind of we're going to rely on just Carmen, just Warriors to do the job. So far it kind of feels like a gear 8 one. Enemies, you kill enemies and life good. Did anything particular change in her description? No. Did we get 5 more enemies total? Yes, we did. Is that going to impact us? I don't have a single clue. Should we move our defense up? Honestly, we can probably move our defense up because the enemies move right over here. Can we heal both in a single healer? No. Let's just go with this for the moment. So there we've seen kind of like a new blood tsunami, whatever wave. All right, so far not too impressive. Crimson Moon. Aha. Let me check. Crimson Moon was that. Crimson Moon. Oh, it was a new ability. Deals damage to all allies. So it's going to be quite important that you have full healer coverage, which should be rather fine. And also our defenders show, and there we already have our first leak at the bottom because they didn't pay attention. Aha. Now, obviously we could solve this problem with more tanks, or we can just activate Karma's ultimate. Our question is, does his ultimate regenerate fast enough? We shall see. So, yeah, we already had a breach and we technically lost the stage. Good to know that we can't just do whatever we want, and we do kind of need to pay attention. Crimson Moon, again, damage against all enemies, or for the boss considered enemies. Yeah, and then we just go with building our formation, I guess, and just let Kamet do his thing. Alright, so far so good. His ultimate killed everything. Big question now, is he going to get his ultimate back up in time? That is what we need to know. Doesn't quite look like it, but we can kind of cheat a bit and just give him more rage regen so he's ready for the next wave. Hmm. Yeah, and let's just give Boreas a Dolores. See how it goes. So far, 16 out of 18 Boreas with his range is attacking the enemies before they even move, so that's quite nice. And the other enemies are on the top there. Oh, they do hit rather hard. Interesting. Or what's supposed to mean rather hard? I'm kind of limiting the effectiveness of my people. Oh, okay, Karma died. Hmm. Yeah, because he was out of heal range now. Alright. Let's just see if we can deal with the top wave. Bottom wave is probably going to be GG. Yeah, but so far it's just a lot of magic resistant enemies. Hmm. Alright, but we're getting better every turn, I guess. Even though this is only still stage 3, but that's as far as it goes from first experiences. Alright, so I guess after this stage I'm just gonna have a closer look at the stages myself and definitely figure out a way to get to stage 6 instead of embarrassing myself here. So that's probably going to be the general plan. Yeah, that should be fine. So yeah, double mage coverage, top lane, bottom lane, a tank to stall the enemies, and then a lot of healers to keep everyone alive. Again, with this being an AoE, probably people like a Percy, Constance are also going to be quite good choices. Especially with the rather limited ground tiles, I can imagine just placing a Constance right here should be or is going to be quite effective. Now, obviously, the big question: am I am I going to make use of that knowledge or not? Yeah, it should be fine. And then whenever we feel like it, we can just cycle in another Laurel. Ooh, this could be a bit too close with Comet. Ah, yeah, it was so close. So yeah, let's get to stage 6 and figure out what's going. Alright, so stage 4. Um rough. not specifically because of stuff, but that the AoE wave is annoying. The fact that you need to kind of play a certain way so that your mages just don't get picked off. Furthermore, you need a lot of magic damage. And not just a lot of magic damage, you also need a lot of sources of magic damage. Because, for example, one major problem is the fact that your mage at the bottom lane doesn't actually get his ultimates up in time. So, honestly, I don't know what to expect from the rest of the stages. But stage 4 was definitely something. Now, invisibility for terminated, terminal, banshee, whatever, yada yada, skibbity dub, skibbity doop, scoop, skibbities. And those are no, give me unit those things that spawn at the top. So honestly, I found I to be majorly effective, but I don't know if it's gonna stay this way. Honestly, I don't know. So we're going to go with I, but if the enemies are invisible and just walk through, we're fucked. So back to grind mode. Quick intermission. I've made it. So we're playing stage 5. Stage 5 is absolute ass, but I've kind of figured out the way to deal with the bottom lane, which is kind of combining Lucia and Karmits or anti-heal. And I had the great idea of what if I deal with the top lane using Boreas and his anti-heal. Now I've tried this quite a bit. I did struggle with the bottom path for the most of the time, but you can't you can't use Boreas for this stage, at least with those buffs. And that buff is the fact that those dudes get immunity to all CC effects, which includes freeze. And Boreas only anti-heals people that he freezes. So he's useless. Hey! Ah! Fuck. Back to the grind. Alright, y'all. Status update. 2 hours. 2 hours after I've started this whole shenanigan, maybe 2.5 hours, we've beaten stage 5. And I'm sad. I am really sad. So the reason we were able to beat stage 5, I know you can't quite see it, but it says 2 out of 3, it's not important. The reason we were able to beat stage 5 is Artemis and Artemis alone. This stage is so goddamn tailored towards Artemis, it is disgusting. Honestly, for the moment, unless we're talking Awakenings and maybe super crack gear, I don't see a way. I don't see a way to beat this stage without him. Yeah, no, I don't. It's like they actively took out the technically only alternative being Boreas. It's pretty much Artemis and Artemis only. So, yeah, let's continue to grind and beat stage 6. All right, after 2.5, 3 hours of trying, we made it to stage 6, and I'm done for the moment. I'm not gonna try it anymore. Uh, I have kind of an idea of what I'm going to try. I kind of know what I'm looking for, but damn, this is hard. Holy shit.